All right, so in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about composite functions. So composite functions are when you compose two or more functions. In other words, you're putting one function inside of another function. So let's say we have two functions, f of x, which is x plus 5, and g of x, which is x squared minus 3. If I have f of g of x, that's how you would say that. Notice the g of x is where the x in f of x would be. That means substitute g of x in for f of x. Another way that this is notated is f with a little g of x like that. I do not like that notation, but I bring it up because it's used for you. Also, one other thing that you need to be aware of is if you see f g or f of x g of x, that does not mean the same thing as f of g of x. These two notations are implying that you multiply the functions together, which is different than plugging one function into the other function. All right. So f of g of x, that means you're going to take the function f and plug x squared minus 3 in for x. So it'd be x squared minus 3 in for x in the function f. Oops. Yeah, plus 5. So instead of x plus 5 for f of x, you're plugging g of x in for the x. So you're plugging in x squared plus 3 plus 5, which would just simplify to, or excuse me, x squared minus 3, x squared plus 2. Now notice that it's not always the case that if you do it in reverse, you get the same thing. This means that you're going to take the function f and substitute its equation in for x in the function g. So it's going to be g of x plus 5, which is x plus 5 quantity squared minus 3. Now, when you have x plus 5 quantity squared, you can't just square the x and square the 5 and have x squared plus 25. You have to FOIL it out. So I like to do that on the side or in my head. You do the first, you would have x squared. The outers would be 5x, the inners would be 5x, so you get 10x. And the lasts would be 5 times 5, which is 25. And then don't forget the minus 3 on there at the end. So this would simplify to x squared plus 10x plus 22, which is a lot different than the other way that we composed it. All right, so that's a little bit of example there for you for composite functions. I hope that was helpful to you. You take care.